3, 2, 1, and we are live.
Welcome, everyone, to the special editions of News on the Flip Side. Well, I should say election night for what we have: New Jersey, Virginia, and New York City. If you're a Republican, I'm sorry for you. It does not look good for you, not even a little bit.
They've already called Virginia.
Yes, it looks like you've had your blue foot put firmly in your red ass. Even though, when you look at the state of Virginia, it's like 90% red. Still,
Yeah.
it's a 300,000 difference in votes. That's substantial. So,
Abigail, 13 or almost 14 points that she lost by.
Yeah, but well, we don't know for sure yet because there's only 80% of the voting. So,
but she lost a lot of ground, and early on, she was like, she was way below. She caught up within 10 points, 9 points, 8 points. She kept bouncing up and down, and she just lost steam.
It'll probably finish somewhere between 10 and 12 points, probably. And then wasn't she the incumbent? I thought the Republican was the incumbent.
She's vice governor.
So she's
lieutenant governor currently.
Oh, the
Republican, yeah. So she was not an incumbent per se. For to say she wasn't. If she was running for vice governor, she would be the incumbent.
Oh, so I guess the Republican did 2 terms then. Okay, all right. Well, I was confused. I was wondering why I wasn't the incumbent president. I mean, the incumbent governor. New Jersey hasn't been red since Krispy Kreme. Yeah, he left like a slimy feel to the whole state. Whatever color you were up there, it was like Krispy Kreme's dumped some grease on your head or something. it left you with that feel, so it's hard to get in there. Where is that one? They don't have that one on here. I did see it earlier. It was a little bit closer. The attorney general, that was within, I think, 2 points of each other. Yeah, I don't know why it's not on here. I forgot where I seen it. Oh, I was watching it on TV. That's where I seen it. Yeah, while we were on break, I was watching different news stations.
Yeah, me too.
No, I was just listening to the liberal sucking ass. Oh, it's a landslide victory. It shows we are the people. And wait, like 4 of them said, "Oh, we've won across the land." And the lady's like, "What do you mean across the land? Everything was in the Northeast."
Yeah,
and I'd actually just said that 10 minutes earlier, but I mean, what the hell, man? Across the land,
it's all very local. There's no real national stuff going
on. There's no surprises here. No Republican or Democrat find any surprises here. Just if you're a Democrat out there, woo, you're full of shit, because if you didn't win this, that means your party was over with completely.
Yeah,
you can't win.
All that was on my ballot was state judges and new like laws and ordinances and stuff. That's it.
Don't you know Jeffrey Bobs? California Dreamers. Well, we can always play that. You never know. I do like to play that every once in a while. Yeah, well, because it's gruesome new scum. I mean, what are you going to do with the man? He is.
He is so slick. He lie right to your face, and you'll believe him.
Jack, I'll see if I can't find it. It's the Attorney General race, is what it is. Yeah, it's Well, just like I said, I had just seen it on TV, but when I seen it on TV, it was really tight. It wasn't a big lead between anybody. Yeah, I don't. Maybe it's over here. Let me see. I'm on USA Today.
When is the mayoral race for Los Angeles? It's not today, is it? I don't think.
No, it's not till next year.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So
the elections usually happen like this. So next year there's a lot more elections next year. You've got, of course, the House and the Senate races, but you got a lot of governor races too, and mayor races next year. So a lot of times power changes hands. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we'll probably have some better tools next year for the election. They'll have more, I think, interactive maps like they do for the presidential stuff, because there's just not a lot going on. But this is still kind of there was some talk of it going blue across the boards, but
Okay.
It got a little traction, and then it faltered. It just didn't get there.
Okay, Jack. Thanks for sending me the USA Today poll. USA Today is very, very, very left leaning. Just so you know, in case you didn't know, there's that's CNN SSRS poll. So CNN's trying to pull themselves out, but they know they can't send any kind of plus poll to USA Today. They won't use it. And the reason I say that is because CNN actually has Trump up 4 points doing the shutdown. Yes, 4 points. And a couple other places have him up 1 or 2. Now, this poll is saying that the majority of Americans blame the poor economy. And Trump, I haven't seen any polls like that. Matter of fact, all the polls I've seen show the Republicans score much higher than the Democrats on economy, whether it's Trump or the party itself. So you just got to kind of wonder what's up with this poll. Well, no, I'm not hating. I'm just being honest. Look, dude, I do a lot of polls. I mean, a lot more than the only person that may do polls the way we do is what's his name on CNN, the Leon guy. Other than that, I haven't really seen people who work polls the way we do. No. So
And
because
we've done this so often, we found absolutely how they were padding the numbers during the Harris Trump election, and we've also noticed that the more left leaning ones tend to always be higher up on their end, and the right leaning ones are more higher on their end. So there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of bias in the poll market. They tend to lean one way or the other. Very few of them are centrist. There's a few, but not many.
So obviously, CNN's been screwing around with, or USA Today's been screwing around with the CNN poll. So they're saying 65% of people blame Trump for the poll, and his approval rating is 37%. Guys, that his approval rating is not 37% at all. His overall approval rating is somewhere around 45, 46. His approval rating in most of the different things is in the mid 50s. So I don't even know where this is coming from. But we've seen this. We've scored polls like these before. And we showed you what the difference are. And just you see, that's the thing why you have to do multiple polls, and you have to know how many people were polled. So first off, if they're sketchy about telling you the company, that's an ifty skifty. So it says more than 7 in 10 American economists conditioned country, poor, very poor, in a new CNN CSSR poll, says Catherine Palmer from USA Today. So she's not even actually quoting the real poll. She's telling you what she says the poll says. That's what she's doing. Yes. Well, and she won't tell you what's that, Gene? Well, a poll like this will have anywhere from 3 to 5%. Yeah, so it's a poll like this. If it's on Trump, it's probably off by 5%. Yeah, it's 5 to 7% on Trump is what they're usually off. Don't take my word for it. Just look at the 2016, 2020, and 24 elections. It's pretty self-evident. It's on. They're usually off 5 to 7 points on Trump. Even they admit that because they always go as negative as they can on Trump to make it, look better on television or make him look worse. So this poll was taken between October 27th and October 30th. Surveyed by 1,245 adults. The margin of error is 3.1%. So that means about 6%. Okay. But yet, when same people are asked, is Trump's doing a good job overall, they say yes.
Yeah, and I think that's even going across the board, even onto the Democratic side. But again, the thing with what the polls is, they tend to, if it's a blue poll, they tend to poll themselves where they know that the majority of the population are blue. And if it's a Republican type of poll, they want to take the poll to a majority Republican area. So if you do that, you're not getting a decent sample. You're getting from one side only. So if you go to a place that's 50-50, you got a 50-50 chance. You could go all day and poll in one place. It's 50% Republican and 50% Democrat. And you might poll that one day and all you get is Republicans. And then the next day you come down, all you get is all Republicans. And the next day it's half and half. Then the next day it's 3/4, 25. That's the way you get a decent sampling, and they don't do that. So there's just not a lot of honesty in the polling business.
Well, it's not, but it's one of the reasons I got into. A reason I opened up ABC with APC was, man, I got tired of it. Just every poll, there's so much funky monkey business, and everybody wants to poll 1,000 people and tell you how 340 million are feeling. I'm like, what? Or 180 or 190 million, because that's really the voting population. So that 1,000 people probably taken in a city like Boston and New York is going to tell you how all the rest of us feel.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not really accurate nor fair for that matter. So, we had APC's got a firm rule: no polls less than 10,000 people. We always try to tell you where we think the demographics are coming from. We actually ask people to tell us on the site where are you voting from, or if you want, they can even tell you their politics, because usually there'll be a poll, whatever the poll is going to be, and then underneath the poll there'll usually be what do you vote, and it'll have Republicans, Democrat, Independent, and Centrist, and Libertarian. They'll have all 5 of those. And then there'll be a place if you want to leave the state or city you voted from. Well, that's just to give people an idea of where it's coming from, because we're not looking for any specific place. So when CNN says, well, we'll use NBC or MSNBC, when they say, oh, please come take our poll at msnbc.com, they know what they're getting. 90% of people going to take that poll are liberals, or hardcore liberals at that, if it's MSNBC. But if it's NBC and they say just go over to NBC.com and you go over there, you're more than likely a Democrat. It's 80% chance that you're going to vote blue on whatever it happens to be. The real problem is for everybody today is they don't realize how much blue and red have the same problems.
Yes.
So until we can learn to fix that, it's like the woman today. All she was doing was blaming the Republicans, blaming Republicans. And I'm thinking, okay, you're blaming Republicans, but you're not offering any solutions. And then I went into the chat group and wrote that. I said, well, look, you're saying all this bullshit, but I haven't heard you offer one solution. I said, you're as much to blame as they are, because you can't even say, oh, well, they may have caused it, but I think if we do this, we can fix it. You're not even offering that. You're just, they're bad people and we're not. Well, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Y'all are all bad people. If you're in politics, you're not because you're a nice person or a good person. There's a running bet that all politicians go to hell. All politicians and all go to hell.
Or there's the speculation that there's a special kind of hell just for specifically politicians.
Yeah. It's the hell where the lawyers tell them what to do.
Yep.
What? No, I mean it's horrible, and the liberals have become the party of horror and gruesomeness and hate and division.
Look what's going on in like Portland and Chicago, and LA was burning for months. It's just the violence is the bulk of the violence is coming from the left. The bulk of the violent rhetoric is coming from the politicians on the left. And then there's some violence and considerably less violence, but also almost as much verbal rhetoric in the violent sectors on the extreme right side. But it's the Democratic side, the leaning left, the left-leaning liberals are the ones creating all the violence. They're the ones that are standing in the middle of the street, which is illegal unless you're in a crosswalk trying to cross the street. You are not allowed to impede traffic. It's against the most state, county, and city laws. And then these people are doing that and getting in trouble. They're like, well, it's not fair. I'm not allowed to protest. Yes, you are, but not in the middle of the goddamn street.
Well, you can rent areas and you can close off everything. There's lots of ways you can go about doing it. Correctly doing it. But
they're claiming none of these people have read the Civil Disobedience Guidebook by Mahatma Gandhi.
I don't know. They just, most of them probably ran Sansun before they read anything else. Oh, let's see how it could. Well, Jackie, it's really, when you look at the parties today, it just seems to be Democrats are the party of violence. And it's not just now. If you go back in time, they were a party new thing. You forget, but they're the owners and formers of the Ku Klux Klan.
Yes.
And still run it today.
They were architects of
They invented Jim Crow law. They did. they took away reparations from the slaves after just 4 years. And yet you endorse them. What kind of sick fuck are you? So if you do this correctly, you'll find out that when Abraham Lincoln was president, the original war was not started over slavery. It was started over the South wanted to succeed.
It was over economics.
Yeah, and then Lincoln,
the Agrarian Society of America was seceding from the industrial side of America, and you can't run a society without food, and then all the food was going away.
And Lincoln decided, he said, well, it's a good time to free the slaves, so he freed the slaves. But people don't realize this. The Democratic Party was founded in a little church, where was it? Minnesota, somewhere up there, to keep the
No. It started from the Whig Party. The Whig Party was like
it started, clearly says it started to stop the forward progression of the Democrats to increase the amount of slavery in the United States. That's actually how it started. It was a direct block against what the Democrats were doing. Yeah, it's in the Lincoln papers. Yeah, I know. Well, we were reading a couple of weeks back when we ran across it. It was well, as far as I know, not one Democrat voted to free the slaves when Lincoln was president. Not one.
Cuomo has definitely gained some ground.
Good deal.
He's just about 9-10 points under. Citarelli, though, almost 13 and a half points behind.
Yeah, that would give him the win, man.
Yeah, and another 6% comes in from Virginia. You can pretty much call it. I mean, they already have, but I mean, she's also Winston Earl Steers is also 13 points behind. I think we can call both of those states already. New Jersey is 74% in, so mostly that's 3/4. I'd say she's won that too. So Democrats keep their 2 states, but there was some good movement there, early on when we were on before with part one.
Man, I'm still looking for that attorney general guy.
Oh, that's Jay Jones. That's Virginia.
What's that, Chris? No. Well, when the last time I checked it, they were really close. That's why I was checking. But I haven't seen any numbers anywhere on him. Other than when I was live on television, watching television live, I haven't seen any numbers at all. Oh, if he's in Virginia, let's see. Wait, is this him right here? The Democrat is 52%. Jason is 47%. Okay.
Okay. And wow.
They've called it for Jay Jones now.
Yeah, he's got it by 200,000 points. 200,000 votes, rather.
You can't. Yeah. It doesn't say what the percentage of votes are in, but I don't think it really. It's 85.2%. Yeah. Estimated remaining votes 506,000. Well, he could still take him then. That's weird.
He could still take him out. Yeah, he's only 5 points down. Almost 5.6 points down. So almost 6 points. That's not a terrible gap to have to catch up to.
Jack, you ever notice that when it comes to Democrats, they always call the elections at 50 or 60%, but when it comes to Republicans, they have to be at like 95%.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because there's always that one county, that one city, that one remaining blue county that overrides the whole rest of the friggin' state.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So 22 out of 95 counties voted blue. So technically, it's a red state.
Yeah.
So you people out there in the red areas, y'all need to go take these blue spots over. Especially Richmond, man. How in the fuck did Richmond go blue?
I don't
and
know.
There's still some white spots in here that haven't been reported yet. Wow. Let's see.
Like I said, there are 95 counties in that state. So I figured they'd be done by now, but maybe 11 o'clock they'll be finished with Virginia.
Well, it was close in a couple of the blue places. Huh.
Yeah. New York
Wow,
is,
it's really
New York
close
is
on
very
a lot
close
of the
too.
blue.
85% in.
Wow, I'm surprised by that. Yes, I'm very surprised by that. Yeah, it looks like the only one that really hurt him in was Richmond.
Yeah.
Everywhere else,
It's a
so
big
close.
city. Yeah, it really is.
What's that,
Hey,
James?
Google, how many people live in Richmond, Virginia?
In 2024, the population of Richmond was 233,655.
250,000 people.
Yeah, and 140,000 actually have voted now. Well,
Huh?
136,000 have voted now.
Yeah.
That's how many have voted so far in Richmond. Yeah, Sussex. In Sussex, it's less than a point separating them. And a lot of the rest of these blue ones, it's like within a point or two. So it's within a point or two in all the rest of these blue places. Oh, except for this one. That one's 8 points. But all the rest of them are within a point or two. And then the red ones, it's like by 30 points. You got to wonder how the math comes out on this.
Yeah, it's like I said earlier in part one when we were looking at Virginia. It said 56% had reported in, but there was only like 5 counties that were still not red or blue, and it was like, wait a minute, you got 56%, but you have more than 90% of the damn counties colored in already. It didn't make any sense. So I don't know. Maybe they're not. Maybe there's something going wonky. I don't know.
LM riots. What's that, Chris? No, I was looking up. If it was that many, let's see.
Hmm?
So let's see. Okay. So a friend of mine had written to me just a few minutes ago about Democrats, and he was talking about, are they responsible for most of the violence in the last decade? Well, yeah, let me move this. Okay. So are they responsible for the most violence? Well, the last 2 years, it's really, really bad. I mean, there's been almost all the mass shootings were blue, and then we had 10 transvestite shootings, which were blue, and of course, then there was the Charlie Kirk thing, which was also blue.
Which is also a transvestite thing.
Yeah. So, and then if you go all the way back to Colorado 20 years ago, or even to Sandy Hook, the overall majority of shooters have been blue. And I mean, wait, like 88%. Yes.
And it was also determined, I don't know how, but the Democratic Party pays professional rioters to go and riot.
Well, that's under investigation, by the way. Pam Bondi put that under formal investigation because they started. You know what got this started was they started knowing if they showed up at certain times in the day, and then all of a sudden it'd be like 5:30 p.m. Everybody's gone. Well, that's not a riot. That's a job.
Yeah, that's an occupation.
Yeah, so they're investigating all that, and there is some evidence to it. And then
I wonder if they offer health insurance.
One of George Soros's son's buddies kind of made a slip up at a party saying, "Oh yeah, we pay a 200,000 or 300,000 rioters a year." I was like, "Wow, how much are they paying these people? That's a lot of rioters."
That's what I was just going to ask.
But I don't think he meant just here.
Yeah,
It sounded like he meant worldwide.
Yeah. Well, he owns global companies, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So
this is his son they're talking about, but his son's kind of just taking over the business.
Yeah, and I think his son's not that far off from where the apple didn't fall far from the tree with that one.
Hey man, get that! You can't be eating candy on camera. What the hell's wrong with you? Damn, look at Jay just popping shit up there.
Actually, I left my candy upstairs.
What is this trick shit? Get off my screen.
Yeah, you see those overlays? I guess the girls must have put them up there.
No, it was something new that whatchamacallit. I've been deleting them off because it takes up space, but
Yeah, it does.
It's whatchamacallit put it up there. StreamYard. Yeah, there was all kind of dumb stuff.
Yeah, dancing skeleton.
There was nothing in this election that wasn't expected. Nope. What do you mean? Am I disappointed? Well, I'm always disappointed when crazy liberals take over. But you know what? Let's give. I have not heard the people in New Jersey speak yet. Let's hear them speak. The new mayor. So that. Oh, by the way, since these two women won, there are 14 women now with our governors in the country now.
How many of them are Democrats?
I don't know. You'd have to ask. You might ask Google. We know two of them more for sure because the ones that won tonight are Democrats.
Hey, Google, how many female mayors in the United States are Democrats?
Governors.
Oh, governors.
Sorry, I didn't understand.
Hey, Google, how many female governors are there in the United States?
Sorry, I didn't understand.
Google, you're an idiot.
Yes.
You just well anyway, when I was watching whatever news it was today, they said it was going to be 14 with this one from New Jersey. 14. Yes. Why do I care if you're male or female? I don't give a shit if you do a good job.
Okay, list of female governors in the United States. Wikipedia. Yeah. So let's see. Demographics. But where's the list? Here we go. Oh, that's not a list. It's dates. Who cares about dates? I want names. Okay.
I don't know, Christopher.
Well, this is his whole history of it. Jesus, we don't need that.
What's a loop? Let's see. Let's go try this out. My Jay is playing with that.
Yeah. All right, let's see what this says. Oh, it's one of those.
Hey, what the fuck y'all laughing at, people? We will throw you out of the studio. You gotta watch these people. Yeah, that's the people in studio, Jack. That's a lot of people in the studio. You didn't know we had live audience? Yeah, I just deleted their asses because they're evil. I'm just teasing you. Nah, so we haven't seen the final on New York Mayor yet. And we'll check on him in a few minutes. But
all right, I've got a scrolling slideshow of female governors. I'm not counting the ones that just won. Probably. So we're going to share this tab instead. Kay Ivey, Republican, Alabama. Katie Hobbs, Democrat. It's 1-1. Republican, Sarah Huckabee, 2-1. 3-1. 3-2. 3-4. Oh, this isn't even up. This isn't even up, is it? Shit. I'm sitting there. Let me start. Yeah. Go back to the beginning. All right, that's Kay Ivey of Alabama. That's a Republican. Katie Hobbs, 1-1. Huckabee, Republican, is 2-1. 3-1. 3-2. 3 for 3. Oops. Ooh, 4 for 3. I think it's going to be the Democrats. 5 for 3. 6. 7.
Damn.
8.
Ooh, and she's a nasty one, her.
Yeah, she is. 9. 10. 5 to go. Oh, no, sorry. 9 and 4. 10 and 4. They don't say what she is, Republican or the other, but anyway, that's bam. There you go. Plus the two new ones are Republican. So yeah, it's a Republican The Republicans got it, man. They are
Democrats
definitely
got it. Right? Democrats got it. Because the two new ones are Democrats.
yes. Two ones are Democrats. They definitely well, they already had it. I mean, it was 10-4.
Yeah, but we don't know because because like I said when I was watching earlier, it was CBS News. There was only 12, and then with these two, it made it 14. So there might be a whole different group. I- well, the internet is not as smart as it used to be. I noticed it takes longer to get stuff out of it now. It's become
Remember, it's
dumbed
only as
down.
smart as the last guy who programmed it. So,
It's
but going back to let's see what did anything happen in New York? Any drastic change? No, it's been static for the last several minutes. 50.4 and 41.5 for Cuomo. It's 87% in. I mean, I, at this point, I would say Mondani's. They're already calling it. I mean, it's a blue board here.
so all four races went blue.
Yeah,
All four races went blue, huh?
Mondani just lost a few points, but he's got it.
Yeah,
It's a 10, almost 11-point lead. He's got Cuomo. Yeah, I agree with you. I think we're going to see the swift and deplorable ruin of New York City.
Oh, I'm not arguing with that. It's gonna probably be pretty bad.
I'd say 6 months, and he goes tits up.
Now, who the hell is that? Was Sean in the room or something? Did he pop in here? What the hell was that?
Does he want to come in? I don't know.
No, it's no, we get ready. What's Jack? No, we get ready to roll. We just wanted to bring y'all, let you know that it was a blue wave. Yeah, it was a blue wave. And why do we have 3 live shows right now? Wow. That's insane.
Really?
We have Paratruth, Reborn Live, the green mean ancient guardian of the forest.
Hmm.
No, the green man.
Let's talk about the Green Man of England. Yeah.
The
That's
green
the Green
man
Man.
of
Where
the
he come
ancient
from?
guardian of the forest. I don't know what's
That's the Green Man. That's England.
yeah. Todd Bates, Life After the Haunted Voice. What? Well, that's what it says. Life After the Haunted Voice. You have to go check it out for yourselves.
Man, I don't know. That's
D.L.
strange.
Thomas, yeah. Oh, we don't know nothing about any of that kind of stuff. We don't do that kind of stuff around here. We're very nice and constructive type people, and we're kind and sweet. And yeah, we're not like that. Jeffrey's like, wait, what? No, really, man. You too. What do you call it? Untrusting, man. No, you gotta be more trusting. Yeah, that's the ticket, man. You gotta be more trusting.
I was just thinking, they were calling this a turnout event for at least for the New Jersey election. I guess it just shows that the Republicans, in a time of this need, with having even just the slightest chance to turn their states red and maybe have some better laws and policies, it turns out that it looks like the Democrats came out in more population than the Republicans this election, or maybe they just didn't care because there's so few real, like, I mean, every other
Well,
state
the Republicans wouldn't come out.
local stuff. So I mean, like,
Well,
Pennsylvania's
the
not up there.
Republicans,
Anything else?
they weren't going to come out in New York. There's nobody to vote for in New York. They're not going to make the guy in charge of the Angels the mayor. I mean, that wasn't going to happen, and they're not going to vote for Como because they don't like his fucking ass. So
He does come off kind of dickish in the way he talks. Yeah.
So I mean, it was what the fuck?
But he had been mayor before, hasn't he?
No, he's been governor.
Oh, governor. Yeah.
Remember, so I look, the fact that he got the votes he did. So first off, he let all them old people get killed in them old folks' homes during COVID. And then after that, he went and got all handsy with his people that worked for him in his office. Remember, he had to step down.
Yeah. On like HR charges, sexual harassment charges.
And he was being sued for what happened to all of those people.
Yeah. Well, I guess for either way, I mean, it sounds more like Sliwa was the better choice then.
So and then so what you ended up with because of that, we talked about this early on this year, though, that this was what's gonna go down because frankly, who else was there?
True. Well, I mean, I guess if Cuomo and Sliwa or Adams and Sliwa or even the three of them had come together and like run under Adams or run under Cuomo and come in as attorney general or vice governor or whatever, or vice mayor, lieutenant mayor, whatever you want to call it, they might have had a chance against Mondani. But he came out of the gates with his. I mean, I guess he must have spent millions on his ad campaign. But his ads were extremely creepy. So I guess he appealed to the creepiness of the city of New York.
You got to wonder why any New Yorker would vote for a Muslim after what they did to the city by bringing down in two towers. You just got to wonder.
Yeah, it's like Stockholm syndrome or whatever. I mean, look at what happened in Washington D.C. all those years ago. We had Mayor Marion Barry. Literally caught with his pants down. He was arrested at midnight, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning in Washington, D.C. in a hotel with a hooker, cocaine and marijuana. And they literally marched him out in the streets in his boxers and he had the sock suspenders and everything. And his Oxfords were on. He was in a t-shirt and boxers. He goes to jail after all of this, comes out of jail, and immediately runs for mayor and wins instantly. And that's the strangest mentality. Why would you put someone back in that kind of power, a seat of power, after they had done something like that? I wouldn't. I don't care how nice of a guy he is. I don't care how rehabbed he is.
Because they're idiots.
Yeah, it's Stockholm syndrome or something very, very like it.
It's TDS, but it's
yeah, it's whatever you want to call the syndrome. There is a pathology there.
I think we already did that one, so we got left us this one to do. Kirby, I don't know, man. I mean, I'm still having issues that they put a Muslim in charge of their city.
Yeah, it's shocking.
What do you mean I'm being a bigot? No, I'm not. Because
Muslim
religion. Let me explain that. That's not even this. The Muslim religion is not a religion. The Muslim religion is a way of life. Sharia law is part of the Muslim religion and the way of life. Yes, their law is based on their religion, not on freeness, not on right, not on this balance of scales, but on their religion, because their religion is a society. It's a way of life. It's not just a religion. It's a way of life. They cannot separate Islam from anything. If you're a Muslim, you cannot separate your religion from what you believe in. You believe in
but also
not allowed to drive.
You got to kind of separate though. The Islam religion, nowhere within its religious texts does it say convert all infidels and those who refuse kill. That's the extreme Islamic front that does that.
Yeah, but it actually does say that. It does say to do away with them. To remove them. Yes, it does say to do away with their enemies and people, and it doesn't even say anything about converting them. It just says do away with them. I don't even think they think you can be converted.
Yeah, well, at least the Christians gave you a choice, convert or die. Maybe the Muslims, the Islam, the extreme Islamists don't. But that's the scary thing. You're exactly right. I mean, they have at least. Speaking, I'm not speaking for or on behalf of, but speaking in the wake of the Hamas thing, that they have sworn death to Israel, death to America, and that they have been saying that for however long Hamas has been in control over there, and they're still saying it, and even in the wake of this ceasefire.
It's rough over there, Jimmy. It's not a nice place to live.
I would not want to live over there.
I would not.
I don't know that I want to go visit after Trump turns it into a goddamn, waterfront paradise.
It's going to be a while before that's what it is. What's that, Jack? No, I mean, really, truly, it's the Middle East it's trying to change. I don't want to hate on it because it is trying to change. It is trying to become something else. And for the most part, it has. I mean, they're making peace with Israel. Things are changing. There's the Abraham Accords. There's a lot of good things going on. Really and truly, right now, even Libya is turning itself around and becoming a different kind of country. It's making deals not just with the United States, but Russia, the whole bunch. It's doing what it should do to do the right thing. They're trying. Iran will get forced into it because all the rest of the countries will force them into it, and the Gaza will become something different.
Well, let's hope so. It would be a good thing. That area, that region, has been devastated for constant over the last 100
That
years.
area's been a boil. Let's just be honest. That's been a boil in the planet's ass for so long. It's not even funny now.
Mm-hmm.
It's been needed to be lanced for a long time. Let's just be glad we're taking the nice approach and not just cutting everybody off. And
move out and we nuke. Yeah,
yes,
at least we're not doing that.
ain't moving. There ain't nobody moving out the hell with that. If you live there, you get nuked. Yeah, because if you just go somewhere else, you're just going to cause the same kind of trouble somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you are. What you think? We don't know how you people act? Get the hell out of here. We know you insane alien people. I know, Gino, one time about illegal aliens for your ass.
Well, I mean, fortunately, most of it is fairly landlocked. So if you got a global coalition of military to cordon off the area outside of the blast zone, and you give them a warning, be out by this time or we nuke, and then you wait for everyone to get to the cordon area. Those people, you arrest them, you vet them. Anyone who's Hamas or Hezbollah, they go to jail. Anyone who's not, refugee them somewhere, and then make it into a giant glass skating rink.
This is Jesse. What are you talking about? They could be lunch. All right, Jess. I'm not exactly sure what that lunch comment was about. That was a little bit on the weird side, my friend.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who you think is going to make lunch. That's all. You're freaking me out there a little bit. No, you can't eat your enemies as lunch. You're not Vlad the Impaler or Papa Doc. Both of them like tasty humans. Or what's his name? What was the murderer guy? Hannibal Lecter. You could be him, I guess.
Yeah, he's fictional though, unfortunately. 90% in for Virginia gubernatorial. It's even though they called it a while back, it's a definite in. She's got 400,000 votes over Winsome Sears. That's a shoe in. We're at 84% New Jersey gubernatorial. They've already called it for Mickey Sherrill. She's the shoe in there. 2 first-time governors for these 2 states, and then this idiot. I mean, he's still only just 9 points ahead, but almost 10. He's got it. He's over 200,000 votes ahead of Cuomo. And does it say how many votes are left? It does not.
Well, I guess Cuomo will be hanging out with his brother tonight, drinking and crying over their coffee.
Yeah, they'll be causing ruckus somewhere in the cities. Boroughs, rather. 5 boroughs make up. They were saying on one of the news things before I came back on was that if Brooklyn broke loose not loose, but separated itself as a separate city from New York City, it would be the 4th largest city in the world.
Yeah, it should do that then. It'd probably
It's a
be
pretty
better
big place,
off.
yeah.
What do you mean? I'm thinking it would be better off.
It might. They could incise their own taxes on the people within those borders. They might be able to divest themselves away from the communist, and they might be able to elect their own, whether it's a Democrat or a Republican mayor who's not socialist or democratic or communist rather.
Michael, what are you on about, man? You're cracking up over there. What is it? The air getting thin in London or something?
Yeah, really.
I'm just wondering. You're getting a little weird.
Atmospheric dissipation happening over there. Lack of oxygen.
Huh? Did the island raise up out the ground or something?
Yeah.
I'm just asking, man. You're the one with the stupid questions, not me.
Well, it would also, if we went underwater, there would be a lack of oxygen as well. At least for air breathers.
Into the night with Sean Kelly. No, Sean's a cool guy. We like Sean.
Yeah, Sean's good.
We like to give Sean trouble, but we like Sean.
Well, we don't have to even bother. Sean gets himself in enough trouble.
That's right, man. We keep telling him he's got to get rid of some of them women, guys. I mean, Jesus.
He's
I don't know how
got
he
two
does
sets
it.
of twins. One set's 22 years old. The other set's 23 years old. And I don't know how he does it.
I don't either, man. It's like he's like the hero guy or some shit. I don't know how he does that. What is it, Frank? What are you talking about? Oh, no, never mind. Okay, never mind. That has nothing to do with this show. Yeah, because I was like, what the hell are you talking about? No. Tomorrow night we're going to be talking about why Elon Musk has developed all the different kind of companies he's developed. Is there a method to his madness? Basically, is what we're going to be doing. Yes.
He certainly is seeming to start to act like the mad, Drax, dictator, ruler, destroyer of worlds kind of thing.
And why is this on here? Special edition part 1. What? Why does it have Beyond the Outer Realm on it? What the hell? Sorry,
I don't know.
something went a bit screwy there, people. No, because Elon's got a lot of companies. He does a lot of different things. I don't think the average American, for that matter, average person on the planet, really understands what Elon Musk is doing. I think y'all all think he's brilliant, like he is, and I agree he is. And I'm not against him in any way. I think what he's doing is good for us, as long as he don't turn into Drax.
Unless he doesn't turn tail on us, right? Yeah. Well, the gubernatorial election in Virginia, when we first started in, was about a 15-point deficit between Earl Sears and Spanberger, and that's what it is now. It's back to a 15%. So it's reflecting the early numbers of it being what it was on the news, being they were 15 points apart. Same with the New Jersey; it's only 85% in, but still we're looking at 13-point difference, and that race was being called earlier at with some polls being 1% to 2% away, but it's looking more like 14. Well, I can expect 3 things are going to happen. One thing is going to happen to those 3 areas. Those 3 states are going to their crime rates are going to increase by 25% by the end of the fiscal year.
Stephanie Blue, you make me look like you. What kind of fucking crack are you on? You got to share that kind of drugs with everybody when you make.
Yeah, if those are good drugs, pass them over here, man.
That's not. No, let's not be. I don't know about all that. I guess we'll do that while we're doing that. Let's go back over here. I say we move to California and all become hippies. Yeah, hippies.
And Democrats.
No, Washington. Seattle stinks now. It used to be such a beautiful city. Now it's just a. Not people not hating on y'all, Seattle.
It's kind of sad how most coastal cities have a stink. Baltimore had one. Savannah has one. It's kind of gross.
Yeah, it only if you don't let them take care of your area. See, like the coastal areas around here smell like salt water, stuff like that. It's always nice. It's always a nice breeze.
Savannah smells like salt water for the most part, but when the wind comes south, that's where the paper mill is, and so I mean, it's like a dirty diaper. I mean, I woke up one morning. I didn't have to go to school. I think it was a Sunday or a week. It was at least a day that I didn't have to go to school. And so I was going to sleep in like 10 o'clock. I just started smelling the smell. So I thought, oh my God, somebody took a dump in the toilet and plugged it up and didn't unplug it. So I check it. There's nothing in the toilet. I'm like, well, maybe I'll check the downstairs. So I go downstairs, nothing there. I open the front door and this wave of poop smell, like a 6-month-old dirty diaper that hadn't been thrown out of the trash yet, hit me in the face like Mike Tyson. I literally almost threw up right there on my front stoop. It was the nastiest thing I'd ever smelled. It was so gross.
Hey, this Paratruth still on with us. Get out of here, Paratruth. We got to go raid his room, man. Well, he don't know us. He'd probably have a heart attack. We popped in on his room. He's not live on the air. He's just making a pre-record. We ought to pop in. What's up, man? What's happening?
We came in to hijack your show. Listen to the new election results.
That's
It's blue across the board.
Hey, John, we don't. I'm with you, and I feel your pain, but well, I'm not anti-blue. As long as it's intelligent blue, I don't really care. It's just blue we've
If you
been
got
getting lately.
the
Been a little
AOC brand of
bit
blue or the Kamala Harris brand of blue, that's stupid. Ugh.
it just really depends on Well, that's all it is. I mean, if you're just
Well,
a normal everyday
it's
blue
laughable the
person,
fact that she goes around to all these book signings or whatever. They interview her on the local news in like a town hall forum, and every event she says, "I won the closest election in the history of America." Not
I
even
wonder who told
close,
her.
lady. Huh?
Personally, whoever told her that should have the shit slapped out of them. I
No
mean,
one
really,
told her that. Anyone who would tell her that would be
no,
should
I'm
be
telling
in
you,
the.
somebody in her campaign told her that shit.
Well, then they should go. They should go and spend the rest of their lives in a rubber room, just like Kamala Harris. She's absolutely insane.
I would just like to know who it was. It was probably that what was that guy, that spokesperson that came out that night to say, "Oh, she's
No,
crying because she lost."
it was KJP told her that. KJP did it.
I don't know, man. It's looking. Well, Christopher,
But
no, I mean, where are you at? You live in Virginia? What are you, red or blue? You're independent? Well, I mean, I don't know this governor. We're just gonna have to wait and see. We'll see. If she's good, she's good. If she's not, she's not. Y'all voted her in, not us. We didn't want her in there.
yeah, you wait and see.
Well, we don't
Man.
actually wait and see kind of thing. So
Almost every news organization, including some of the legacies, were warning people about the losing Virginia and New Jersey this election. They a lot of people had strong opinions that everyone should try to flip those two states to red. And the unfortunate thing with Mamdani, he came out of the gate swinging, and even with the recent scandals of 2 or 3 different videos where he's caught, bad mouthing the police, bad mouthing Jews, and the like, it wasn't enough to stop him, and that's going to. I mean, I have no idea how bad New York's going to be after this. It was bad before; it's going to get worse now.
yeah. What do you mean? What I've done? I would have forced him into the conversation about 9/11. Is what I would have done. Because he needed to show, because he could have easily showed his true colors. His mom was showing her true colors just yesterday, crying about that Hamas leader that got killed. And then wait, the news tried to say, oh, he was a Palestinian influence. And no, he was a Hamas leader. He wasn't a Palestinian influence. That's just your liberal media trying to lie to you about something. I don't know what it is, but somehow or another we need to come to a way. There needs to be a code of ethics for politicians again. Because frankly, some of the lies I hear lately is just incredible.
And it's against clear. They're saying lies when there's clear evidence to negate what they're saying. Mayor Brass of Los Angeles is one of the prime examples. She's literally saying, and her fire chief and her police chief, all three are saying the same thing. Oh, we've got the rioting under control. Everything's under control. And it's so under control that they had to call up to 65 other counties and state organizations, first response organizations, to help them out, which means if you're going out to those resources, that your resources are taxed. You don't have the situation under hand and in control. And she's literally saying this while there's 2 or 3 city blocks straight burning down and right behind her. I mean, why do people believe their shit? I don't. It's just insane.
Yes.
It's
so
so
what are
insane.
You talking about? When I was hating on who? Oh, when I was talking about Democrat crime? Oh, you want me to make it worse for you? I just stopped because I didn't want to hurt all you liberals' feelings. Y'all remember the BLM riots? Do you remember that? September 26th and all around there, and 20th and 2019. And
how many people raped, murdered, businesses destroyed, burned to the ground, destroyed?
So Princeton University.
Was it $8 billion? $8 billion is how much?
It might have been more than that, but Princeton University shows it says new data from Princeton University shows the riots associated with Black Lives Matter movement took place in 48 out of 50 of the largest cities in the United States. 48 out of 50. That's outrageous.
Yeah, and I think the at least the sum total I heard at one point was $8 billion total dollars in damage. So
Let's see. So they're saying 93% of all the demonstrations were peaceful. Have not engaged in any violence or any destructive activity. Peaceful
of the
protests.
BLM or the BLM
Yeah.
riots or the current riots.
No, the BLM riots. It said peaceful protests were reported in 2,400 district locations around the country. Violent demonstrations,
country?
meanwhile, in this country, violent demonstrators, meanwhile, had been limited to fewer than 220 locations. Yeah, 220 locations, big, massive cities.
Yeah.
Downtown Philadelphia, downtown New York, downtown DC, downtown LA. Oh, come on, people. I mean, that's just ignorant. And anytime you say violent demonstrations was false, you know they're full of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this is how you know that somebody's lying here. Princeton data set shows nearly every major city in the United States experienced riots from late May to the end of August. Okay, people, you notice they didn't say protest, they said riots.
There is a distinct difference.
It's a big difference. Riots mean violence. Protest means just out there chanting and doing whatever.
Well, also, usually most riots and rioters don't have a city ordinance saying that they can protest legally. Most protests, if they do it correctly, they have obtained a permit to protest, and there are certain rules and parameters in that the permission to do the protest that says that you can do this but not that. And one of those things you cannot do is impede traffic by standing in the middle of the street and stopping cars from going, which is what a lot of these protesters are doing with the vehicles and ICE. They're standing in the middle of the street, impeding traffic. It is against the law.
48 of our top 50 cities experience riots doing BLM.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but yet Princeton's saying it was mostly peaceful.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Well, of course, Princeton's.
I mean,
guys.
think
Princeton, you
about
can't
it.
get much more left leaning than Princeton.
If the total damage though was $8 billion during the aftermath of the BLM riots, then that means most of them were not peaceful and most of them were violent. And even if they just peacefully broke into the local department stores and stole furniture and electronics, and the grocery stores and stole food, and the gas stations and stole gas and amenities, that's still damage. That's not peaceful. That's breaking the law. It is breaking peaceful civil.
So all these peaceful protests cost $2 billion.
So again, the bulk of them were again not peaceful.
Yeah.
I mean, so that doesn't mean that all the buildings were burnt down, but there were some businesses burnt down. But that accounts for all the looting and breaking into buildings. So breaking glass, breaking doors, stealing, damaging buildings. All of that it comes down to criminal activity, which makes it you're breaking the civil peace code, and therefore you are a criminal, and therefore it is not peaceful.
As far as I know, nobody gotten any real trouble for it. They were bailing them out of jail. They had set up funds to get people out of jail.
Yeah, they're wishing they had that no cash bail shit that's all over the country right now. Yeah, they could have revolving doored those people right on through. You're out. You're out. You're out. Oh, you stay a minute. Okay, you're out. That's kind of what it is. That's what they want to do.
Over 10,000 protesters were arrested for low-level offenses. It says for mostly low-level offenses.
Yeah.
Doesn't say what the high-level offenses are, though. Of course, they're not going to tell you that.
Yeah, I'm sure there were millions of rapes and murders and. Again, we heard what was it, 2 point something billion in property and other damages.
And well, everybody's gonna try to spin this how they want. USA Today is gonna try to spin it to where the damages weren't real, even though it was estimated at by the insurance companies. So it says George Floyd's riots caused a record-setting $2 billion in damage. New report says here's why the true cost is even higher. So CNN not CNN. USA Today tried to spin this the other way, like it was just a misleading that it was $2 billion, that it wasn't actually true. Of course, it is. This is from the insurance companies talking here, and they're saying
if you have 48 out of the 50 largest cities in this country breaking out with riots, I'm surprised it's not more than 2 billion. I'm surprised it's not 8 billion. I mean, it's shot 2 billion sounds low.
Guy said if it was today, it'd be more like 5 billion.
Yeah, that's for inflation. I don't count that. But you got 48 out of 50 cities that broke out in riots, and what did they say? How much? What was the percentage of how much of it was riotous or violent?
They're only saying that they're saying only 2%, or no, about 7% was violent. All the rest was peaceful, is what they were saying.
I don't buy it.
They said there was 2,400 things where there was no violence and 220 where there was, and that might be true. It's just the 220 were extremely violent, and they were in downtown big cities
and caused $2-something billion worth of damage. Yeah. I mean, that is not peaceful at all. 100%.
So, and wait. So that's not even the true figure. It says, I have previously explained insurance is no for the social ills imposed by rioting. Indeed, 75% of businesses underinsured, and 40% of small business had no insurance at all.
Yeah.
So it was probably closer to 4 or 5 billion. So the businesses that weren't insured, and it was worse than that because they had found out that they had black groups targeting like Spanish and
non-black businesses.
Yeah,
mostly non-black, mostly non-white as well. Yes.
Yeah, they were like Middle Easterners and stuff like that, South Americans. They were burning them out. Get rid of the competition.
Yeah, and if they didn't have insurance, they wouldn't count that because the insurance isn't paying that money out. That building is destroyed, so the next person who buys it they would be responsible for the rebuild.
So we didn't call this an insurrection with $2 billion in damages and over 15 people dead. They're not even talking about the looting or anything like that, or rapes or anything like that. Just those alone. But yet one person died in Jan 6, and it wasn't even caused by the riot. And there was virtually no damage done at all. Huh.
Yeah. Well, I mean, some offices were looted, been vandalized. One woman was shot in the hallway trying to get to the senators. And that was a 100% a riot. Those people were there for one reason and one reason only. You don't show up with signs, or you don't show up to a place and make signs on the spot and then go riot. Those signs were made up beforehand, days or two in advance.
It's let's see. Los Angeles riots concluded that not only did the destruction cause $1 billion in property damage, over time it led to economic decline of $3.8 billion in sales and $128 million in tax revenue.
Wow.
Holy crap. It just keeps getting worse. It's going to be up in the 10 billion, and nobody got in real trouble for this at all.
Oh.
But yet they put people in jail for 20 years for Jan 6.
Yes, for breaking into the Congress building.
Yeah. I think everybody involved in that should go to jail. Everybody involved in Jan 6 committee should go to jail. Really and truly. After reading stuff like this is horrible. And the reason most of you didn't get it, people, is because back then the media was told they couldn't put it out. Joe Biden wouldn't let it be told.
Yeah, he censored the media. He did all kinds of stuff he shouldn't have done.
Yeah.
And then people are calling Trump out for kicking the White House reporters from one room in the White House to across the street.
Yeah,
they can still come over back across the street for the press conference, but they don't have their own special room to hang out in and drink coffee and use taxpayers' dollars to drink our coffee.
Yeah, what the reason got it thrown at us because they were always constantly getting caught wandering around looking at stuff. Yeah, people, yeah, they were spying. That's what they were doing, trying to get the goods on somebody. Oh, you mean the Pentagon? As far as I know, the only media allowed in the Pentagon right now is Newsmax, I think.
Yep.
Yes.
They're the only ones that complied.
And
Yes.
well, you think you can get what's his name changed? Even the courts won't say anything to him because they don't have to allow press in the Pentagon. It's not a requirement. No, it's the Pentagon. They don't have to allow press there. And frankly, press have been abusing their privileges for quite some time. Well, under the guy, girl, whatever he was, I can't remember what he was, a guy or girl. Well, why he was sitting there for 4 years, there was 3,100 accounts of espionage, a half of which from inside the Pentagon itself, probably by reporters.
Well, and didn't they just came out with was it Comey that looked into the Republican Party during the Biden election? There was only like 2 or 3 senators named, but I think they said there was several more that they're still looking, but they think he's looked into more than just the 2 or 3 people we already know about. So that may be a deeper scandal too.
Okay, put this over here. Yeah, I don't know, guys. It was very strange, but it's the end of the world as we know it.
Yeah.
For Virginia, anyway, and New Jersey.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
See,
Virginia's been a Democratic governor for a long time.
Yeah, but I thought the last one was a Republican.
Was it? Hey, Google, was the last governor of Virginia Republican or Democrat?
Sorry, I didn't understand.
You
Hey,
need to clean
Google,
that
who was
girl's
the last
ears out.
governor of Virginia?
Sorry, I didn't understand.
What?
Sure, in 2024, the population of Richmond.
Hey, Google, stop.
She's on crack, man. You better go clean
Yeah.
her ears out or something.
Yeah, they like you said, they're going wonky.
It's AI, people. AI is getting weird. It's gonna get weird before it takes over. Yes. I am going to go eat some pizza in a minute after we let y'all go. For you, if you're red and you're upset, I'm sorry for you guys, but you know, after all, these were blue cities and blue states.
Yeah, Ralph Northam, 2018 to 2020. Well, that can't be him. 2022 is Democratic. Hey, Google, who's the current governor of Virginia?
Glenna Youngkin.
Is he a Democrat?
Glenna Youngkin is a member of the Republican Party.
Oh, no, he's Republican. Yeah.
That's what I thought. I thought he was Republican.
Yeah.
He must have turned out because he didn't run again.
Maybe so. Or maybe he lost the primary to who's there now.
Well, no, he. I don't. What's it? I don't. Cummins don't have to go in primaries if they don't want to.
Yeah, if your party
anybody can primary you, but the party can just say no.
Well, and also if they were to elect you to, you know, we want you to run for this office, you can just say no, I don't want to.
Well, no, everybody should be primary, really and truly. But Chuck Schumer hadn't been primary in so long, I couldn't even tell you when. Because that means another Democrat or another Republican has to go up against you. So if it was true and this lieutenant governor went up against her governor and won, that's not good. That was not good for them to run in Virginia. Not going to be good for future things because it's dividing the party.
But and you see what happened with Kamala Harris. She did not have a primary. They just, you know, pushed Biden aside and put her in front. And they took his numbers from the previous week of the polls and slapped her name underneath of it. And you see how that worked. I mean, she was horribly prepared for every interview, every debate. She just had no clue what the hell she was saying.
It's what's that, Chris? Well, no, it's January. What is it? January 22nd, whatever it is, 25th. I forgot when they change over, but Virginia will have a new governor next year. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
pretty much all three of them. All three of the races that we came on this special to cover. They were possible swings. There was more speed on the Jack Chittarelli ticket than any of the others, but he's still we're almost 90% in, and he's still 13, 14 points behind. So just this, I guess I guess they were polling in places where they were getting wrong numbers. It's just the race, the red tide was not there that the media was pushing up to everybody. It just, I mean, the race was exciting. I mean, don't get me wrong, I fucking hate politics. Pardon my French, but they the Virginia race, she started off about 15% behind, and she got up to 8, and then 9, 10, 8, 9, 10, 9, 8, and then it petered out, and she went back to 15. So the polling has to have been a bad sampling. That's the only thing I can say. All the polls that all the news media have been pumping out to us this week are poor samples. They're not getting enough diverse people to answer these polls for them, or they're specifically targeting one side versus the other to pad it.
Wow, I didn't know this. Virginia is the only state in the United States that restricts its governor to a single consecutive term.
Well, there you go. That's why he didn't. So he could probably run next time.
No, a singular consecutive term.
But he can run next time because it won't be consecutive.
It's let's see.
Right?
So far it says that's it.
Hey Google,
Don't
can you run for governor more than once in the state of Virginia?
According to EN.wikipedia.org,
step aside before
state
getting
governors, Virginia governors are not allowed to
Yeah,
serve in
they can serve a second term.
immediate re-election since the adoption of Virginia's second constitution in 1830. However, a former governor is permitted to run for a second term in a future election.
So he can skip this one and then run next time.
Yeah. That's what I just said. I was reading it out to y'all. It's
I couldn't hear with hers.
she was talking. It's yeah, so that's weird though. You can only
one consecutive year in a row. I mean, I guess that kind of limits, I guess, especially if you suck as governor, it keeps you from, bringing the party down, bringing the state down.
Well, that means this chick that ran today will have a better chance next time around, unless the governor runs and then she won't. That's crazy. They're the only state that does it. Every other state lets you have 2 terms.
Yeah, and in most other states, it's a 4-year term too, isn't it?
Well, if Trump's any indication, that must be a good thing, because I mean he did well by sitting out and coming back. He was much more prepared second time around,
and apparently had a football plan. I mean, he had plays ready to go right off. I mean, out of the gate.
About it. If you've been sitting up for 4 years, you have time to analyze everything you did wrong. What's the state's doing? You understand how the game's played now. You can make a much better plan. Maybe we should do that to our presidents. Yeah. It would drive people crazy. Oh yeah, could be dangerous too, because you could end up like 30 years of one party. I mean,
well, didn't we already have that with the Democrats for the most part?
No, we didn't. We had 8 years of Reagan, 4 years of Daddy Bush, 8 years of Clinton, 8 years of Bush, 8 years of Obama, 4 years of Trump, 4 years of Biden, 4 years of Trump. It's been pretty much flip.
Kind of close. I still think the Republicans have a lead on. I mean, the Democrats have a lead on that, but
well, no, because it only goes back so far, and then we don't have Democrats.
Even so, the president's being flippy floppy and almost 50%. I think Congress, for the most part, has been Democratic for most of those times after Reagan.
No, it was
No?
Clinton. No, so Reagan won, and then Bush won.
Well, just because the president won doesn't mean that they had control of the Senate.
No. But yeah, they're pretty good about it. Usually the one coming in usually has control, and they usually lose it at the midterm. That's pretty much how it's worked. And so you get those first 2 years is like a grace period, and then usually you lose one of the House of the Senate in the midterm.
Oh.
But the Blues have had it they had the House for a while because Nancy Pelosi's been Speaker like 5 times or 6 times or something. I mean, it's every 2 years for the House, so that kind of screws things up a little bit. It flops around a lot. And the Senate's just been closed for a long time. What the Republicans need in 2026 is 300 votes in the House, 61 votes in the Senate, and they can do whatever the fuck they want for the next 2 years.
Yep.
That's what they need. How they can do it, I don't know, but that's really and truly what they need.
I don't think they can get it. I don't think there's enough steam there anymore.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
Are you talking about Republicans or Democrats?
The Republicans.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought we were talking about Democrats still.
Oh no. Well, the Republicans look like they've got a pretty good chance. There's a couple things they need to do, but he's planning on putting out those 2 different stimulus checks. One sometime in January, and then another one in like August or September, just before the election.
Yeah.
If the economy's better, if the economy's doing better, and he drops $2-3 grand in your pocket,
yes.
And what are the Democrats going to do? Say no? No, we can't do that. No.
Well, I guarantee all the people that are right now that are, protesting, or even if they're not in the protesting picket lines or on the riot lines, the people that hate Trump, if they get a $2,000 or $3,000 check in January, they're going to cash it and spend it. They're not going to give it back. There may be a few stupid ones will, but the smart ones will keep the money.
But Jimmy, no, it's just how it's going to be. That's it. How it's going to be.
Yeah,
and if that's how it is in 20, if that's how it does, if it works out that way, and because everything else is going the way it wants, if the economy is straightened out, and everything else has been on course like it is, and he gives everybody money, it's going to be a landslide for the Republicans.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, the last one was a landslide, so it's nothing new there. Just he will assure another victory for the party.
Plus, by then, some of the Epstein stuff will be out, and the Democrats ain't going to like what's coming.
Yeah, I think there's going to be quite a few high-profile individuals that are going to be sitting on the hot seat in court for the rest of their life.
Hakeem Jeffries better watch it because he's fixing to be in a world of trouble. He was saying that Trump and Johnson are running a pedophilia ring.
Really?
Yeah,
well, he's going to get his ass thrown in jail with him.
He better watch that, man, because that's defamation. And I wrote on his site, I said, "You're such a fucking loser." I said, "You know damn good and well you had them documents for 4 years." I said, "You're just crying because you know that Clinton judge won't let him out because your name is probably one of the ones on the list, Hakeem."
Yeah.
I guarantee you probably over there holding hands with Diddy and Clinton over there with Epstein.
What's his last name?
Hugh Jeffries.
Hakeem Jeffries. Yeah,
Hakeem Jeffries.
Let's see. Is Hakeem Jeffries on the Epstein files?
Let's see over here, New York. They keep saying the kids the other ones keep saying they're going to put out their own list. Okay. Looks good. Looks good like mama should. Okay, all that looks good.
So is Hakeem Jeffries in the Epstein files? Let me see. Sorry, the phone's over. I had to turn it off.
That's
one day ago. No, just the stuff that Jeffries is saying is up there. It doesn't say that. I don't see anything that says he's on there.
Oh, we won't know who's on there until then. Nobody knows.
Well, they said
Nobody
that
knows.
we've already said that Clinton was on there, and a couple
Oh, no,
others.
no. Nobody said anything about anybody on the list. One of the girls said when she was 13, Clinton took her to Germany.
Oh
One of
yeah.
the victims said that. It's not on any list or anything. One of the victims said that. And so I don't know. That's 13, taking a 13-year-old to Germany from, oh man, you shit. He's about the only Democrat I still like, and he's going to go to jail.
Yeah.
Nickel, Obama sucked. Obama, it was just a divider. He was the great divider. He kicked a bunch of people out of the country, which was a good thing, actually. Put a bunch of reporters in jail, killed 250,000 people in the Middle East by drones, men, women, and children. He was a pig. Gave us catastrophic coverage care instead of what he promised was Obamacare. Obamacare is supposed to be
forced a bill on the American people that are costing us money that they want to right now, whether it helps get health care to illegal aliens or not. It's not. That isn't really even the main point. The main point is they want to pour $1.5 trillion back into this failed, miserable bill that has nothing to do with getting our government back up and running. So how do you pass a clean resolution? The CR stands for continuing resolution to run the government. And what does it mean by saying a clean CR? They don't want to have anything in there that doesn't have anything to do with running the government. And forcing a healthcare bill issue is absolute. Why do they even think it has anything to do with running the government? It doesn't.
It doesn't. Yeah. After this, there's no money for food stamps, so Democrats are going to have to come up with it. So this is what's going on. If the news right was correct, they're taking $5.5 billion from the fund, the whatchamacallit fund, the one in case something goes bad. It's all that's left in it, by the way, is $5.5 billion because FEMA did all this stuff. Anyway, it's not even enough to pay for all the food stamps. So you can probably see reduced food stamps. But next month there is no money from anywhere. The military is not going to get paid. Nobody who works for the government is going to get paid. And there's not going to be any food stamps for Christmas.
Or Thanksgiving.
So, ladies and gentlemen, just remember this. The Democrats can fix this with 5 votes. So they're pushing this off on the Republicans. The Republicans are doing it because the judge said, but there's no more money after that. So it doesn't matter what the judge says. If you ain't got any money, the only people that can appropriate money is the House. And the only way the House can vote is if the government is operational.
Yeah,
you always keep hearing them going, oh, well, why don't he bring the House back? He can't bring the House back.
The House brings itself back. He doesn't control the House.
No, he sent everybody home because there's nothing to vote on because the government is closed. He can't vote on anything.
But he doesn't have any control. He can't call sessions for the House. That's what they did.
Oh, yeah, he can.
Sessions.
Okay. No, he can. He's the guy who runs the House. He can do whatever he wants, pretty much.
No. But, President Trump can't call House meetings.
Oh no, I was talking about Mike Johnson. I wasn't talking about President Trump.
Yeah. I thought we were talking about Trump. Yeah, no.
President
Trump has no way to control them at all.
No, all he can do is call up Johnson and say, Johnson, can you do this? Because the president don't have that kind of control.
Well, no, and if he wants to even speak at Congress, he has to ask the House, the Speaker of the House, for special permission to come in and speak to everybody. Yeah,
unless it's set things, and then he's there and they're around him. There are certain things that he has to be there for. It's No, that's not what you're thinking, James. You're thinking about this is more press related and speech related, like when he does the State of the Union and things like that. So they have to be there with him. You'll see him to be like the speaker behind him, and the Senate rep will be behind him. Whoever's there running everything. You don't remember Nancy Pelosi standing behind him, tearing up the papers in her white, outfit. Yeah, so that the Speaker of the House and the person who runs the Senate both are there, along with the president or the VP and the Speaker are there a lot of times. So, but other than that, Trump has no business being there unless he's coming to address Congress, and he has to notify him about that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he can address Congress anytime he wants. He just got to notify him first. Say, hey, I'm coming to Congress. I want to tell y'all what kind of fucking idiot y'all are. Get your asses together. I'm telling y'all, people, immediately when the government opens back up, the first bill that needs to be passed is if we don't get paid, you don't get paid, nobody gets paid.
Yeah,
And I think that the money that gets paid to the Congress, which isn't a lot, it's only a couple of, I forgot how many $1 million a month it is. It's not a lot though. It's $7 or $8 million.
but
or
I mean,
something.
it's a significant amount of money that could be used for other things.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It could be put towards something else, but it's not like billions or hundreds of millions or anything like that.
Yeah, but it's also would send a message, and it could be punishment. And then they had a town hall thing on Fox, and hey Heidi, and one of the panelists said the same thing.
Hey,
and then it's Senator Kennedy of Texas has been saying that and he says he has a bill, or he was going to draft a bill to introduce once the government opened back up to do exactly that. So if the government shuts down again, all the congressmen and representatives, everybody in the Congress building, House of Reps, are going to be unpaid until the government comes back up. That would be a good thing.
Yeah, well, I like Louisiana senators now, but well, of course Mike Johnson's one of the House reps, but you got Kennedy. He's an insane old fucker, man. That old bastard's insane.
He's got a book out called something like The Cure for Stupidity or something. It's quite a funny title.
Oh, I know. I mean, I love when he said the reason instructions for a soap shampoo is on the bottles because of AOC. It's I mean, that's like pretty much calling you ignorant. I mean, everybody knows how to use shampoo, man. But they had to put the instructions for AOC, huh?
Lather, rinse, repeat. I mean, but AOC's problem is, remember they have those Coke bottle top games. You open up the Coke and you look at the vine and it tells you whether you've won something right away or not. She's the kind of person who'll get a soda like that, open it up, look at it, says, not this time, try again. So she'll drink and then, no, you didn't win, try again. No, you didn't win, try again. She'll sit there for an hour until that cap says that she won. I think that's kind of stupidity that we see happening in all over the Democratic Party.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, her candidate sure won big. Her and Sanders' candidate sure won big. They got to be happy about that. Yeah. I mean, they were out campaigning, stomping, winning.
Oh yeah, so, they were on the front lines with him.
And then you had Governor Hochul out there with him, and one of the Democrat senators.
Oh well, and Obama called him and talked to him for 30 minutes. Didn't
Obama
endorse
snubbed
him.
His ass. Obama snubbed his ass. He told him, oh well, if you want to talk, you can call me, but I ain't gonna fucking endorse you now because you're a communist pig.
Quick update: Virginia, we're at 95% in. We're looking at 15%, 15.8% deficit there, definitely out. New Jersey, 93% are in, and we're looking at a 13.5% deficit from the two Republicans there, or the Republican there. New York is 90% in, so it's definite for sure now. Without question, Mondani wins with only a 8% lead. So Cuomo came up quite a bit in this last hour or so.
Yeah, if the Republican would have sat out, Cuomo would be your new mayor.
Or if the independent Democrat Cuomo was smart enough to go, hey, Sliwa, come over here with me, he would have picked up another. When I go back and I'll tell you, he would have picked up another 145,000 votes. Not quite enough to bridge the gap, but maybe some of that 6,000 that Eric Adams picked up would go over to Cuomo as well. So, yeah, they both men had said in the last several days they hadn't thought about it. Didn't occur to them until just these last couple of days when reporters brought it up, and they didn't say they felt stupid in not having done it, but the way they said it was you could tell that they felt like they should have been smacking themselves in the head over that. That's a gimme brainer dumpster.
Yeah, actually, all they had to do was beat Zimbabwe. What's his name was the Times in debate, and just ask him how he felt about, does he condemn the people who blew up the Twin Towers? Is he a practicing Muslim? Can he separate his church from state? Just wasn't a hard thing to beat. They just didn't do it. The media never challenged it. Matter of fact, you've seen the only one day that ad ran with him blowing up buildings, he went down. He was originally beating Cuomo by like 36 points.
Yeah.
That one ad brought him down that much. If they'd have left it running, it would have probably ended it. Mm-hmm. But they wouldn't do it. They wouldn't play it. Why?
Well, the thing is also, since he is Muslim, is he going to allow Muslim prayer broadcast throughout the city? And if so, what kind of backlash is that going to come?
Well, I don't know if he can, because you got to separate church from state. So if he does something like that,
do,
can't
but,
broadcast. Because if you do that, you'd have to broadcast Christian prayer too, and the liberals aren't going to do it. So.
Christian prayer doesn't really work that way, but the Muslims.
No, the law works that way. You have to give equal opportunity.
No, I understand that. I mean, Christians could do that, but they don't do that.
It won't just be the Christians. It'll be the Jews. It'll be everybody. Every religion in New York will be.
Well, what I'm saying is the other churches don't operate the way the Islamic Church does, because the Islamic Church always broadcasts daily prayer, so everyone in the city can hear it, regardless of your religion.
That ain't gonna matter. You can't do that.
But that's how they did. But that's what they do, and there are several cities that are allowing the Islamic prayer to be broadcast at high decibels throughout the cities, and it's causing mayhem and all kinds of stuff.
Well, actually, the only city I knew about it got the shit suit out of it and had to stop it, and that was in Minnesota.
There's currently 3 cities right now that have Muslim prayer being broadcast at the daily prayer hours. I think it's like 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. and it's like 3 or 4 times a day.
Well, then it's easy. Federal law doesn't prohibits that. Open airways. It's FCC regulation. They're in violation.
I
don't even know, because nobody's reported them. Nobody's done anything about it. Nobody said anything. It's an easy thing to stop. That's discrimination against any other religion. If you do that, you have to give them fair and same amount of time. You can't just pick one. Our Constitution's completely against that. So the only reason it's going on is because no one's actually stepped up and done anything about it. Yeah, the one in Minnesota, they just sued and they dropped it immediately. They just said no, because the Fed was going to get involved. The Fed was like, well, what do you mean? You're discriminating against other religions. You're not giving them equal time. So what happens if one of the Christians want to start praying once a day to everybody in the city? They're going to have to give them equal time. They won't have a choice. Or they'll get sued and lose.
If you think about it, on Sunday, there's usually most churches starting at 8 o'clock, and it's like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and usually some churches go until 1 or 2 p.m. rather, with a service, a mass service. So think about that. If every hour they're broadcasting, from 8 a.m. until 1 o'clock in the afternoon, or 12 o'clock in the afternoon, they're broadcasting prayers, and then at 10 o'clock you have the Islamic prayer. So you've got 2 churches. Maybe there's a synagogue around the corner that has a service from 8, 9, and 10, and 11, and they have their broadcast. So it would not work, because you'd have to regulate it to the point where you broadcast from these hours to this hour, and you broadcast from here to there, and you from there to here. It already is causing mayhem, but only in a few select places. But I mean, it's a real thing that he could try to get through on New York law.
He'd just get sued.
He might.
That's all it was. No, it wouldn't be no mag to it. The Pentagon would sue him. The government, the Fed government would sue him. We're not going to let
maybe Payne Bondi will come up after him. I don't know.
We're not going to let a major city in the United States play. It's because it's discrimination against everybody else. And what I don't understand is why anybody in another city hasn't challenged it, because that's free money.
Well, even if it's not discriminatory towards other religions, it is also one thing I can tell you for sure. It is against city noise ordinance. It is definitely above the decibel level of a lawnmower. Lawnmower, you can't hear, miles away. These broadcasts, these songs and these prayers are broadcast so that you can hear them from miles, like a 3 or 4 or 5 mile radius. And that's, you're talking decibel levels on the near end of like a jet engine, a commercial, 737, giant airplane engine.
Well, all I know is they say that, and then they get sued, and then they have to stop it. Because you can't discriminate against other religions in the United States. It's not allowed to do.
Well, unfortunately, I have to agree with you. I think that's what's going to have to happen, and it's going to boil down to that. Because all the Muslim churches are going to, protest that where they've been given the permission to do this. And I'm sorry, they probably do it at 6 a.m., 10 a.m., 2 p.m., and then again at like 8 or 10 p.m. in the evening. 4 or 5 times a day they pray over these loudspeakers, and I don't want to participate. It's not going to affect me, make me feel better to hear that prayer. It's actually going to make me feel better, especially even 6 a.m. and that thing wakes me up, and I got home let's say I got home at 4 a.m. I worked the night shift. I come home at 4 a.m. I go to sleep at 5 a.m. and then 6 a.m. This shit wakes me up. I would be livid.
So it's actually only one city, and it's Minneapolis.
Okay. Wow.
And they changed their ordinances so that they could do this.
Yes.
As in April 2023, Minneapolis City Council anonymously approved the change of the city sound ordinance, effectively eliminating time constraints and previously prevented pre-dawn and evening prayer calls from being broadcast.
What about decibel constraints?
It's what it says. It removed them. It says from city of Minneapolis, many Muslims across the United States. Historic moment.
So there's no maximum?
It doesn't have anything on here.
Wow.
But it said first major city to allow a Muslim call to prayer to be broadcast in the mass 5 times a day from all mosques in the city, not one.
All mosques can do the broadcast.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm surprised this ain't in court yet, actually.
How many mosques are in the city?
It's Minneapolis, a decent sized city. I imagine there's a few.
Yeah. Hey, Google, how many Islamic mosques are in the city of Minneapolis?
On the website IslamicHorizons.net, they say, fast forward to 2023, the Muslim communities here are more different. There are more than 90 diverse mosques and centers. There are many graduate programs and affluent students.
90. Wow.
So all 90 of them are at one time are going, God is the most great. God is most great. I testify there is no God but God. I testify that Muhammad is the messenger of God. And then it just goes on, and then it finally stops. And then if I even heard this, I would sue instantly.
Yeah. Well, this I can assure you, anyone living in the city, if you hear anything coming across that broadcast, it sounds anything like Allahu Akbar, run.
I would say because I was a member of, had family that died 9/11, that hearing that brings back that horror, and I'm suing y'all.
Oh my God.
They killed thousands of our people, and they were running around the world screaming this.
In the Twin Towers alone, 2,997 people. Most of that 2,997 were the first responders running against the crowd, running away from the building. These people ran into the building and died in that effort. 2,997. That's the 2 towers and all the 11 other 9 buildings in the immediate vicinity. 2,000, just call it 3,000 people died in that one incident. I think that's more than how many we killed at Nagasaki with a nuclear bomb.
So a couple of other cities said, okay, you can do it, but you can only do it in the month of Ramadan.
Yeah. January. It's like January to February or something like that.
Wanted it somewhere in New Jersey. They did it, and half the city sued. They were like, but you would have to wonder why any American that knew anything about Muslims would give them any other freedoms in our country. Personally, that should be banned.
I was close. I said 3 cities. It used to be 3 cities.
Yeah, they just. Well, no, they'll keep that up, and that way sooner or later they'll say it's okay. But the problem is, for a lot of other people, they'll consider it disturbing the peace, and they'll keep getting challenged. And eventually, what will happen is they'll just throw the people off of the city council and put new ones on and get rid of the law. They've already said in Minneapolis, half the people that served on that city council have already been canned. So,
wow.
Yeah, well, people, you're going to do whatever you think. But Minnesota is a big Muslim state. Isn't that Tim Allen state? That's where that other guy's running for mayor. There's another Muslim running for mayor up there. What's her name? Was from there? I don't know. It's like the state's been converted to Muslim. They have no idea. It's crazy. But we gotta go, people. I gotta go eat. I'm hungry, man. I didn't eat earlier when I was gonna go eat. When I said I didn't go eat. I went and beat up my dogs and pounded them on the head and threw them out the door and said, "Go live with the alligators." And the alligator brought him back because they yapped so much. He said, "Get the hell out! They can't live out here in the swamp. They talk too much."
Yeah, and then they ride the alligators.
Oh, Heidi, I hope you have a good evening. We just wanted to just
Thanks,
kind of
Mike.
walk through the thing so that the Democrats couldn't scream all night that they won the whole country, like the girl from Virginia tried to say. Oh, it's sweeping across the country. Ooh, where?
Yeah.
And since this was the only three things being voted on, I'm kind of like, where? But that's liberals for you. They can't be honest about anything.
Well, there were a lot of local battles, I'm sure. Nothing major, but in this area, we were getting commercials. 3 or 4 judges are kind of left-leaning liberal. I mean, extreme left-leaning liberal, Biden era implants, and they were on the ballot to, it was a yes or no. Should they stay? Should they go? And unfortunately for me, I hit the first one without. I didn't read it quite right, and I was like, wait a minute. Well, am I reading this correctly? And I hit yes. I should have hit no. But I believe all of the judges were Democrats, but they didn't give you the affiliation on the ballot, which I think they ought to, even if it's a one-off guy. So on these judges, it just said, should they stay in the office? And I went yes on the first one, which was a female judge, and then I went no across the board because they didn't give me the whether they were R or D. If there was an R, I probably said yes. If it was a D, I would have said no. So I just said no to all of them.
2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28 Republican states and 22 blue states.
Wow.
That's a little closer than usually. Usually it's more
Wait
like
a minute.
31.
That doesn't make up 52. Your math is off.
50. We're not even counting Puerto Rico in down there. Puerto Rico don't count. Y'all can't vote in a presidential election. Y'all don't count. No, get out of y'all territory. Yeah. Huh?
Yeah, Guam can't do it either. Or Midway. Midway's a territory still.
Katie Hobbs, huh? Alaska and Alabama. Arkansas are all red. Oh, wait, no. Arizona had to fuck that up with a Katie Hobbs in blue.
Uh-oh.
Gavin Newsom. Who gives a shit about Gavin Newsom? Colorado sucks. Man, how come all your male Democratic guys look like girls? And Ron don't look like that.
They're
Brian
woke.
Kemp does.
It's the woke group. It's the woke
kind of
generation.
sad. That's just kind of sad. No, Pittsburgh. Just because you're a billionaire don't mean shit. Yeah. We got some ugly people service in the office, man. Tim Walsh. Yep, Minnesota. I knew it.
Yeah, Tampon Tim. What a dork. I mean, you could put a pet rock up against him for whatever office, and he would lose every time.
Well, wait now, because Virginia was red. Now it's blue, so that dropped them one. So it must be like 23 to 27 or something.
That's true. It was. Yeah, it would have been. So there was a red flip. They could have. Okay. So that.
Well, technically, it wasn't a flip because he couldn't run again.
Yeah, right. But
because it would have been a flip from last time.
Flipping if they had gotten better traction.
Not with that. I was reading on that candidate. I noticed the Republicans are doing something the Democrats did last time. They're putting up not electable candidates. It was like Oz. Oz was not an electable candidate. This candidate, she was a nice woman and all, but she wasn't nowhere ready to be.
No, and she is also the current lieutenant governor, so she has a chance to come back next year and do it. But yeah, I agree with you with Oz too. Oz was I mean, he was a Republican implant to Pennsylvania, and strictly to be as a mouthpiece because they were hoping on his, TV show doctor phase, that fame, to bring him to the Senate seat, and it didn't work.
Well,
but I mean, he's still working with Trump. You still see him in the background talking to Trump in the,
You know what's crazy? Fetterman was better for the Republicans than what's his name would have been.
He still is.
That's what I'm saying. He's voting with the Republicans, and he's a Democrat, so it helps.
Well, he'll argue he's voting with the country rather than with the Republicans, but yeah, he's voting, on the side of humility to fund the
Yeah,
government
well, he
so
said
that
the other day,
people can
party-
eat and have their holidays coming up.
he was bitching saying his party was wrong the other day. That's just a lot of Democrats think their party's wrong. It's not just him.
Yeah,
But
but the
gotta
others are voting party lines because they're afraid to get called out by the ones who are controlling the party. And these are the ones that are controlling the party. You could take all 5 of them outside, and not a single one would agree on the exact color of the sky.
Okay, here we go. Let's see. All right, guys. Well, we're gonna get out of here. We'll see you tomorrow. We're doing, about lovely Elon Musk. We're gonna talk about how handsome and sexy he is and all that wonderful stuff. Yes. Not really, but we'll be talking about tech.
We have a special guest coming in, and he will have a timeline of when Musk is going to Drax out on everybody. So
It's
good old
what's that
Dexter
thing?
will come in and give us that information. Good night, Heidi.
Yeah, be good, sweetie. We're gonna get out of here. Again, I want to thank everyone for tuning in to United Public Radio. This is just a special election edition of News on the Flip Side. I hope y'all enjoyed it. No, I'll be on tomorrow. Michelle will be on tomorrow. The whole crew will be in tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
No, we're just going to be
It's not
talking about
Wednesday.
Elon.
Unless
No,
you're in
we just-
Australia, it's not Wednesday.
We're gonna go over some. Actually, this would have probably been a better show for News on the Flip Side. But we're gonna go over some of Elon's businesses and how they pertain to Elon's goals in his life. Yes. Well, come and find out. You don't know what it's going to turn out to be until we get to the end, will you? Mm-hmm. Well, Elon's got goals. He wants to go places. He's got things he wants to do. We want to talk about those things he wants to do. And of course, if we have time, we'll update y'all on 3i Atlas and its blue self. And
Blue. It was red. It went from green to red. Now it's blue.
Yeah, well, it was always blue.
Actually,
I don't know why they said
from
it was
white
green.
to red to green.
And it was
green
always
to
blue.
red.
I don't even know why they said it was green. It was always blue. I think that somebody's fucking colorblind.
Well,
It's,
no, it started out, when they first saw it. It was reading out in the white spectrum. Then it started at some point. It emitted a green light from the front. It had a tail from the front and not from the back where it should be, like coming off the sun. It was going the other direction, pointing towards the sun, which is weird. And then the white light turned from white to green, and then from green to red, and now he's saying it's blue.
They've always said it was blue. The whole length of the thing, they've always said it was blue.
But also, they said it turned red and green at one point.
Now, red would have suggested that it had a lot of dust and dirt on it, and that was burning off from the sun. That's what really comets usually are red because of that main reason. That's what color they usually are. But in this case, it looked very green in the front, but the guy said that was because of the filter, but it was actually blue, not green. And he said that was just a filter they were using. That's why it looked like. He said, but the actual color was like a kind of pale cobalt blue, is what he said. And I was like, okay. And then I heard Avi Loeb talking about it. Avi Loeb said, no, it's always been blue. And I'm like, you just need to make up your mind.
Yeah, I mean, I've been reading all these different reports.
No, because the very first report I ever heard that it had a green nose. Not quite a nose. It was somewhere not quite on the nose, but
it was in the front. Yeah.
Yeah, it was towards the front, and the tail was pointing the other way.
Towards
the sun.
So
now what I seen yesterday looks like it's got a regular comet tail. So we'll have to wait and see the latest update pictures. But the one I seen yesterday looked like a comet's tail on a nice long comet tail as it's leaving the sun. I guess it heated up as it was coming around. Jesse, I'll find out tomorrow what's the closest it's going to get to Earth. But I thought it was like 95 million miles or something.
You won't be able to see it with the naked eye.
It's not supposed to be. And it's now the fastest thing ever in our solar system. Ever. Yes, it's the fastest thing ever in our solar system. It is traveling at 38 feet per second.
What is it? 140 something thousand miles an hour.
No, whatever it is, it's 138. It's 38 feet per second. It was at 134,000. I don't know what it is now.
Yeah, it's something like that. I guess 140, but yeah,
it's cruising. Somewhere. Well, it's doing just what they said it was going to do. They said it came in on that orbit so it could use Saturn, Jupiter, and Mars to help slingshot it. And then use the sun as it came around to slingshot it some more. That's exactly what it's done. And now it's picking up speed even more.
Yes.
It's almost like this thing is solar system hopping, and every solar system it goes through, it picks up 20 or 30 or 40, 50,000 miles an hour.
Well, but also it exhibited a non-gravitational acceleration, which means that either it expelled a gas or a propellant to go forward faster. So What does
That's
that
what-
mean?
that's
Is it
what-
a
that's what,
natural phenomenon, or is that a mechanical
I
phenomenon?
don't know, but that's what a Moa did too. It's picked up speed.
Yes.
So they don't know. These are two interstellar comets that came from other places outside of our solar system and are acting
Unless there's
strange.
something outside our solar system that we can't see that's drawing them out with its gravity.
And
Well,
there's a
that
big
maybe-
argument about the signal, which we'll talk about that signal tomorrow too. We'll probably be in the second part of the show. I don't know. It all depends on. I want to talk about 3i Atlas and the signal, but it all depends on how long Elon Musk takes. Yes.
And that could be a while.
Who? Do I know who? Kay Wilson. Katarina Wilson? I haven't talked to Katarina in a long time. Well, she had contacted me about 15, 18 years ago and asked me if we'd take down all of her stuff along with everybody else off the internet. And then somebody the other day told me she was a director for MUFON. I don't know. I really don't know. There's a new or a recently new book out, I think. No, we used to talk a lot, but that was a long time ago. Yeah. What do you mean? I was a member of MUFON a long time ago. Yeah, not anymore. And I have my reasons, my friend. Oh, I don't need to talk bad about other organizations. They do enough on their own.
They do enough on their own to get bad press.
Yeah, I don't need to say anything about them. Yeah, that's just no. They don't need my help. Did you ever wonder why you never heard any really big ufologists ever stand up for MUFON or really become part of MUFON other than an honorary member? Yeah, why don't you ask yourself that question? I know why, but anyway, we're not going to get into that tonight. But we got to go. So again, I want to tell everyone thank you for tuning into United Public Radio and news on the flip side. Until tomorrow, enjoy, have some good sleep. I'm going to go find some, I don't know, some chicken or some pizza or something. But on that note, good night and stay tuned for Spaced Out Radio.